Breaking news: Dallas Cowboys has just been revealed, taking everyone by surprise. Our journalists have managed to obtain this valuable information. However, before we discuss the details of the news, I kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel, aiming to soon surpass the number of subscribers of 49ers. With everyone's cooperation, we aim to become the leading news channel. Amidst a plethora of discussions and the latest NFL speculations, the Seattle Seahawks seem uninterested in engaging in a trade with the Dallas Cowboys. According to Dan Graziano of ESPN, the Cowboys might consider trading some of their depth in the defensive line and have mentioned the Seahawks as a possible trade collaborator. Nonetheless, the situation is such that Seattle doesn't seem inclined to make a move with Dallas, as per Mike Fisher from Sports Illustrated. One player to keep an eye on is Dorance Armstrong. Despite this, the Cowboys insider asserts that the likelihood of such an exchange is slim. We find this notion to be rather far-fetched. Armstrong is a standout performer on an economically reasonable contract, Fisher conveyed on August 17, 2023. Yet, Armstrong's contract is expiring after this season. Thus, the question arises, are the Cowboys so well stocked in the defensive end position that they'd consider trading Armstrong? Some sources propose a fourth-round pick, instead of having him play in 2023 and then letting him depart freely in 2023, all to receive a draft pick not entirely unlike the one currently circulating in rumors. Dan Graziano of ESPN, along with others, has floated ideas of this nature, citing Seattle as a conceivable trading partner. The Snag, a source within the Seahawks, informed CowboysSI.com that Seattle is currently content with its current lineup. Seattle Seahawks ranked 25th in points allowed in 2022. The struggles of the Seahawks defense have been widely documented, with the team ranking 25th in points allowed in 2022, conceding an average of 23.6 points per game. These statistics worsen when focusing on the opposing team's rushing statistics, as Seattle allowed an average of 150.2 rushing yards per game, marking them as the third worst NFL team in this category last season. In light of this reality, Graziano's notion seems reasonable. However, Seattle dedicated the offseason to a comprehensive revamp of their defensive line. The Seahawks additions include Draymond Jones, Jarran Reed, and the selection of Derek Hall in the draft. Presently, it seems the Seahawks intend to observe how these new acquisitions perform before contemplating further moves. The Seahawks do confront ongoing challenges, given that Darrell Taylor remains sidelined due to a shoulder injury. Taylor is anticipated to be a primary pass rusher for Seattle in the upcoming season. Dallas Cowboys could explore trade prospects for experienced defensive linemen. Insider suggests initially, the notion involved the Cowboys potentially trading some of their defensive line depth instead of releasing seasoned players without any return. Graziano didn't specify particular names, but there are several Cowboys veterans who might be viable trade candidates, apart from Armstrong, Quentin Bohanna, Neville Gallimore, Dante Fowler Jr., and Chauncey Golston. Graziano's original trade idea between the Cowboys and Seahawks is outlined below. Dallas seems quite well equipped on defense, particularly in the front lines, Graziano observed on August 7th. While having ample depth is advantageous, the Cowboys could face challenging decisions on the defensive front when it comes to roster cut-down day. It wouldn't be surprising if teams, like Seattle, seeking to bolster their defensive line depth, explore the possibility of trading with Dallas instead of waiting for them to be released. While Dallas indeed faces intricate roster choices, especially on defense, finding a suitable trade partner might prove to be a challenge. Only time will reveal whether the Seahawks will alter their stance regarding a prospective trade agreement.